Hello friends, this video is about how exactly we can raise the buff on our attack marches, right? This is the buff game guys, and we all know that whoever will going to have better buff, that player will gonna win it, right? Now being said that guys, now whoever is spending big within the game, obviously guys, all those player can easily have all of this premium equipment that can easily give the huge quantity of buff, and even apart from it, all the premium generals as well. So obviously they have the edge over the all the non-coiner and low coiner. But fortunately guys, because of these counter troops concept, even the non-coiner and low coiner have the possibility to win against the mid coiners, and even the mid coiners have the possibility to win against the extreme heavy coiners. Those are literally having the everything max, right? Now guys, what these counter troops do, it just simply helps us winning against the higher buff attack march. You can see this player is having the 15-50% attack march, while I'm hitting same player with the lower buff march, but with the counter troops, that is the ground march, right? So that's why I'm easily able to win it, right? Now similarly guys, here you can see the 1600% plus buff mounted march, and I'm easily able to win even with the lower buff march, that is the range march counter troop of the mounted one, right? And similarly guys, you can hit the ground march with the caps march even if in case you have the lower buff march, right? So even before speaking about what all are the areas that can give you the more buff, firstly guys, what you need to do, you need to have all of these three marches for sure, because even if suppose if in case you able to raise the good buff over the one particular march, that's not enough, that's not gonna do much. You need all these three marches for sure, and then afterwards we need to prioritize the buff on all of these three marches. Now guys, let's speak about what all are the areas that is giving the good buff to buff up our attack march. So guys, right now in this particular image, you can see I have mentioned pretty much most of the areas that is giving the buff. And it's not like these are all, I must be missing the few because game is literally spreading the buff each and everywhere, right? So right now you can see from all of these areas we can get the buff to buff our attack march, right? Now guys, let's get into it. Now guys, out of the all the areas, firstly guys, let me speak about the Council of State, Blazons, and also the Spiritual Beast and the Beast Seal, right? Guys, if in case you are not the much spender, you're the non-coiner or the low coiner, then getting the buff through the Blazons, Seals, and even through the Council of the State will gonna take a lot of the times, because having the all those blazons and all the material required within the Council of State and even in the seal, guys, literally gonna take a lot of the time. So we should be prioritizing where we need to put the more focus. Now guys, if I will speak about the Evony journey, then usually when player they start, guys, you have the dragons available for the range and even for the mounted as well. What you would be missing in the initial stage would be the ground dragon, right? And these dragon give the extremely good quantity of buff, right? Firstly guys, you can refine to get all of these buffs. You can see pretty much good quantity of buff I'm getting from the refinement from the dragons. Plus these dragon also have this attributes value as well, that is added into the general attribute, and again these attribute also gives the more buff. And how we get it? By raising the level of the dragon, right? By doing the feeding, right? And apart from it, we also have these talent as well that also give the more and more buff, that right now you can see it, right? And even by raising the level, we also get the buff from here as well, right? That automatically increasing the buff for our range march, right? And even from here for our mounted march. Plus upgrading this talent and all guys definitely required all of these dragon crystal and these dragon source crystal, right? So firstly guys, you can focus on the range caps, over the dragons, and afterwards once you would be having the wonder activated, then you would be having the dragon for your ground march. And in that meanwhile guys, what you can do it to balance all of your attack marches over the blazon guys, I will suggest that firstly you maximize the ground troop buffs, right? And specifically I will say the firstly you go for the ground troop attack, and at least guys try for the 3 slots that is giving the ground troop attack buff, right? If 4, that is wonderful, but I know the 4 could be the difficult, so at least try for the 3, right? And have the all 6 pieces so that you can activate the this particular set as well, right? And gain the more buff for the ground troop attack, defense, and HP, right? Here you can see I only have the 2 areas from where I'm getting the ground troop attack. Some people, would be loving the reinforcing ground troop attack as well, but I need the all the ground troop attack. So as soon as I would be having the same blazon that is also giving at least on the 2 areas these ground troop attack, I will unlock this one and will try to use the same piece to quickly upgrade the that particular blazon once I get the any good blazon, right? So guys, again, firstly, I will say, focus on the ground buffs over the blazons first. And in the blazon, firstly, I will say the attack first, right? Because debuffing the ground attack, many players would be having the difficulty. And then if you want, you can focus on the defense and HP as well, right? And similarly, guys, even within the spiritual beast, if guys you're not spending much within the game, then obviously all the experience that is required to upgrade the spiritual beast is not gonna be the easy task, right? And once your spiritual beast would be there at the level 10, only then you can activate these seals or use these seals, right? So even over here guys, I will suggest what that firstly you focus on the spiritual beast that is giving the buff to the ground troop, like this chimera new one, and also the siren, right? And if you will look at within their seals, these are giving the marching ground troop attack 50%. So over here if you will click it, then you can raise the buff from over here as well for your ground march, right? Similarly guys, even for the chimera, in the attributes you can see it is also giving the marching ground troop attack plus 50%. Plus this chimera is pretty great for the in-city buffs as well, right? So once you activated the seal of the chimera, then check it out which one is the ground troop attack. Firstly try to focus on the that one so that you can balance all of your attack marches, right? And guys, this is the my suggestion. Otherwise, it's totally up to you. If in case you want to focus on the mounted troop first, you want to kill the monsters, then I will suggest unlock the mounted specific spiritual beast first. That will give you the mounted troop attack. Those who want to focus on the ranged troop first, guys, you firstly try to unlock the spiritual beast. Those are giving the ranged troop attack buff, right? At least 2 spiritual beasts are there that is giving the range troop attack, ground troop attack, mounted troop attack. So in total, it's almost like the 100%, right? Even over you can see it, right? So even in this spiritual beast area, guys, if in case guys you're not spending, so it's all about the decision making, right? Where you need to prioritize first. And similarly, guys, in the council of state, you can see I have not upgraded much. And similarly, the reason is why, guys, because all of these material that is required to get the buff from here, I know that it's not gonna be the easy process for me. It's gonna take the lot of the time. So right now, as of now, there is no point for me to upgrade the council of state to the much higher level. Obviously guys, if I do that, I would be able to put up the general over here as well and would be able to gain this small buff, but right now I'm prioritizing the other areas, right? And in the meanwhile, what I'm doing it, I'm specifically focusing on the ground buffs, right? Marching ground troop HP, right? And in the promotion also, you can see it need the 800 of the these, right? And to fulfill the requirement, I need the 5 of the ground one and the 5 of the these calves one, right? So right now, as I'm nearby having the 800 of those, so even over here, I have started to upgrade these mounted one as well, right? So in the end, guys, what I'm saying that in these three areas, guys, you go for the ground troop buffs, blazon, spiritual beast, and even in the Council of State first, so that even from the initial stage, you should be having all three marches equally buffed, right? Now, before that, guys, let me show it to you what kind of the buff I have right now. I have the almost around the 1200% plus for my mounted march, defense 1100%, HP 1000 plus. For my attack march is 1300% plus 900% something defense and HP, and for the ground one it is the 1100% plus for the defense and almost for the HP as well, right? So all my attack marches looks approximately the same in terms of the buff, right? Now apart from it, guys, what all are the areas, guys? As I mentioned, general level, that is depends upon your monarch level. Higher your monarch level would be there, the more you can level up your general, right? So my monarch level is level 37, so I can maximally level up my general till the level 37. And leveling up raise the attributes value that gives us more and more buff for attack, defense, and HP. Plus we have all of these specialities also, that we can upgrade and we can get the more buff even from here as well. Even all of these ascending also give us the more buff. Right now we also have these flexible speciality as well that also give us the more attack, defense, and HP buff, right? And apart from it, guys, you can go for the Civ gears or the Imperial or Parthian gear, make the combination and can gain the good quantity of buff, right? But select the gears carefully if you're going for the range march. So all the gears should be specifically for the range troop attack only, right? Attack, defense, and HP only, right? And then we do the refinement, and all the refinement, if we're speaking about the range march, should be specifically for the range troop attack only, right? Over the all the pieces that right now you can see it to actually buff up our attack march, right? And similarly, guys, Dragon, I have already informed you how exactly it is giving the buff, right? So range Dragon should be attached on the range Dragon, right? And apart from it, guys, now same thing goes for the mounted general as well. All the ascending, all the speciality, all of these flexible speciality as well, and all the mounted specific gear and plus the refinement as well, and even the dragon as well to give us the good quantity of buff, right? And same thing goes for the ground general as well, right? Now apart from it, guys, even having the good combination, whatever is the your capability, guys, whatever the general you can manage as the best, try to make the good combination so that even from the below one you can have the good quantity of buff, and plus skill books as well that we put it on all of these generals will give us the good quantity of buff, right? For again for the caps march and even for the range one, right? And even you can upgrade the speciality on your assistant general as well, to gain the more buff, and even for the ground general as well, right? Main and assistant. Now apart from it, what all are the other areas, guys? These art hole in here, you can see these art treasure that is giving us these good quantity of buff. To activate these we have the requirement, right? Like here you can see it is giving the ground troop attack, but still it is not activated. Why? Because I have completed all of these general, but still this one is remains greatest honor. What is that? Let's go to right now. You can see where is the greatest honor, this one, and I have all three general, but this one is missing. So if I would be having this general, then I would be able to activate this particular skill as well to gain the more buff for my grounds, right? Otherwise you can see the what kind of the buffs these art treasures are giving all over your city. And apart from it, guys, these monarch gear is also very important, giving the huge quantity of buffs. Simply mounted to attack, range to attack, ground to attack, siege machine attack, all troop attack, right? Even the defense as well, and even the HP as well, right? Then that according to our range mass, we can use it and can gain the good quantity of buff even from here as well. Even the shrine as well, guys, by offering you can activate the buff that is written over here, right? At K35 shrine, it will give you the range to attack 20%, siege machine at 20%, mounted troop defense 20%, ground troop defense 20%. K36 shrine will give you the more, approximately around the 25% buff, right? So these are also the one of the swords that can give you the more buffs. And apart from it, guys, we always have the city buff where you can use the march size, even the old troop attack, right? Defense as well, and even the HP as well. The temporarily for the 1 hour. Now, guys, academy research, all of you already do know. The all of these military and whatever these are there, demax it. Everything over here, demax it. Military academy, demax it, right? Whatever is there, it's wonderful to have everything from here, right? And apart from it, guys, victory column, I think it would be there at the K36. You can see even from here it increased the general basic attribute by 1%. Increasing the general attribute means what? It automatically gives the more attack, defense, and HP. As you will upgrade it more, it will increase the more general basic attributes and automatically will give the more buffs. Right? Similarly for ideal land, guys, even by upgrading it, you would be having the more and more buff. Plus within the ideal land, you can have the specific stuff to gain the more buff. Right? Now, apart from it, guys, you can see all of these civilization treasure as well. Now, again, guys, if in case you're not spending, then obviously by playing the game slowly, you would be able to upgrade it, and all of these are giving the good buff that right now you can see it over here. But those who spending, obviously, guys, you can raise the level as quickly as possible to gain the more and more buff from over here, right? Now, even guys, we have the duty generals as well that we put it on our building that also gives the buffs to our attack marches, right? Right now, you can see it over here increase marches by 8%, attacking ground troop and mounted troop attack and HP by 15% when general is the rally sport officer. And when you would be fully 5 star, then even below as well, you can see that mounted troop and ground troop attack plus 10%, range troop and siege machine defense and HP plus 15%. That would be added within the defense as well, and even for the attack as well on these last skill, right? So you will see the sum of the duty generals that is also giving the buff to your attack marches as well, right? Like this BRAC officer, ground troop attack, defense and HP by 5%, and even below you can see the ground troop attack and defense and HP plus 10%. Similarly, more you would be seeing increase mounted troop attack by 15%, mounted to defense and HP by 10%, and even below you can see mounted to attack 15%, defense and HP plus 15%, right? Similarly, over the range as well, and even below as well, you can see it. If you are able to do the 5 star, then more buff would be there for your attack march as well. Now, guys, even the subordinate cities is also very important. Specifically, I will say the Japan for the non-coiners. That gives the buff to your attack march. Otherwise, guys, right now for the spenders, I do not see any merit, going for any subsidy that is not the gold, right? Because right now only the gold subsidy, gives these kind of the buffs. Different gold subsidy is giving the different kind of buffs, as right now you can see it over here as well, right? So these additional buffs, guys, you can only have when you have the gold subsidy, minimally gold subsidy. So those who spending within the game, guys, whatever the subsidy you are going with, it should be the gold only. Otherwise, there is no point in going with the even the purple subsidy as of now, even for the Japan as well, right? But for the non-coiners, guys, or those who not spending much, Japan is what you should be prioritizing if you want to add more attack within your attack marches, right? Now again, guys, so many things are there. If I will speak, even the all of the general skills as well that gives the more buffs to attack marches, even the debuffs as well. And if right now I will speak about these the champions, they have released the more skin for these as well. As right now you can see that this is also giving the some sort of the buff, march size capacity 2%, and marching range troop attack plus 5%, right? And reinforcing range troop and siege machine HP plus 10%, right? And there could be the more areas that I might be missing as of now, but major areas I think that I have already covered it up, right? So guys, if you focus on these area and getting the buff from the all of these area, then I think that it is pretty much good enough, to shape up your attack marches or to balance the buff of your attack marches, to have the good outcome within the game. Now, apart from it, guys, on the subsidies, debuff generals is also very important, and even the gauge that we put on the debuff general. This is also the extremely important factor that is determining whether you would be winning or not, right? So for this particular part, guys, you can watch this particular video as well. I have specified what all gears you should be preferring and how you should be making your attack marches, what should be the point that you should be considering, to maximize your winning possibility, right? So I think, guys, yes, this is it for this particular video, and thank you guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video, and bye bye for now.